We are joined by Ed Ciaschi with you're the director of the Human Resources and MBA programs at St. John Fisher. That's correct, right?
Correct.
I got that right.
The graduate programs.
Well, thank you for being here this morning. And today we're talking about 5 steps people can take to ensure that they keep their job in this recession. Let's start with the first step. I mean, I know a lot of people are worried about this. The unemployment rate is inching to 10%.
Well, Meghan, the thing that never fails you is performance. If one is performing, aware of their job-related responsibilities, what they're accountable for, what their management is expecting from them, performance will always serve you very well. And your general productivity and ensuring that you're not only meeting your job-related responsibilities and expectations, but that you're going above and beyond what's expected of you.
How do you do that?
Well, you get to be an expert at your job, and if you don't know something, you go about, make it your business to go about finding out what you don't know so you can perform at an appropriate level and hopefully go beyond that level. The next thing is to make sure you're visible. Make sure your management knows what you're doing, and also be a good team player. Be willing to go above and beyond what is normally called for on a daily basis.
How do you do that if you're at the bottom of the chain, so to speak, at an entry-level position? How do you make yourself stand out?
Everybody has a supervisor. It's like no matter where you work, you got a boss. And if it's a supervisor, a manager, a vice president, you make yourself stand out by performing, by increasing your productivity, by going above and beyond what's expected, being a team player, being analytical, making suggestions. When someone says, can you work overtime or can you work this weekend? The answer is yes. And if you're willing to go above and beyond what is normally required, you will be noticed. Every manager wants people working for him or her that are willing to make the organization or to help the organization move forward and be more productive.
Now, another thing you mentioned is to have a winning attitude. It could be really tough right now to have a winning attitude. You're doing more with less at a lot of places.
You need to check your bad attitude at the door. Attitude is probably the prevailing thing that when management, when they're sitting around a table evaluating people and what their contributions are, it's obviously your job-related responsibilities, how you perform those. And then very quickly in that conversation, the attitude. Are they a team player? Are they willing? Are they easy to work with? That's attitude. And if you can have an attitude of, I can do it, I'm willing to jump in, I'm not perfect. If I've got a question, I'm going to ask the question. But have that winning attitude. I would rather work with that person that I might have to give a little bit more help to than the person who's brilliant, but it's got a bad attitude, and every other day they or someone else is in my office complaining about their attitude. That takes more of my time than having to sit down with the individual that might need a little extra time from me in getting their performance up to where it needs to be. And that becomes, attitude can become your competitive advantage. Attitude is critical. And that's the final step. Right.
All right. Well, Ed, thank you so much for joining us today. Some great advice. Now, if you have any questions for Ed, you can email us at newsroom@rochesterhomepage.net.